Good time zone of your choosing, and welcome to Random Intergalactic Gossip Radio. Or possibly reviews. Reports? Either way, you're listening to Rig R. Or possibly Rigger, although it's a couple of vowels short for that. I'm your host, John Ohanahan Nakamura. It's the 30th of July, 3300 Galactic Mean Time, so why don't we take a look at what's happening today? In Vanity and Hypermotive news, Falcon DeLacy and Core Dynamics have both announced insurance support for new paint jobs on Sidewinders and Eagles for all Pilots Federation members as of next week. Speculators hold that this is nothing more than a cheap trick to gain market share, but if it is, it's working. Core Dynamics have gained 9% market share as of this week, taking 33% of all ship sales. Falcon is holding steady at 41%. If you have any shares in Zorg and Peterson, though, sell, sell, sell! Following the disaster which left its entire marketing division hunting for scraps in the gutters of Fortress Edmonds in Fomalhaut, the hauler's popularity has dropped like the price of fish, more on that later, with a whopping 30% decrease in market share. It looks like the initial enthusiasm over the hauler has worn off, and while Zorgon continues to scrape by at 13.5% market share, things are only looking worse with the introduction of Lacon's new Type 6. The Type 6 is a flying brick. She's huge, she's ugly, she looks uncomfortably like a beetle uncertain if it needs to toilet. Ladies and men, you won't be picking up any girls in this ride, but if all you care about is hauling cargo, this is the ship for you. No frills, no form, all function, the Lacon Type 6 looks set to bodily shove the hauler out of the pitiful edge of the spotlight it currently inhabits and scavenge for fallen detritus in the realms of glory.
I think you are mixing your metaphors.
Shut up, Dave. This week's Hypermotive News segment sponsored by Lacon Spaceways. Just tell them your other ship's a Cobra. In economy news, trade is expected to get that much more profitable with the upcoming release of Falcon DeLacy's new patch for the venerable galactic map, a real-time representation of trade routes in colonized space. Despite this, interstellar trading seems to have taken a dive, with only 2.5 million tons of cargo being traded throughout known space, this down from almost 3.7 million last week. Reasons for this sudden trade slump are unknown, but it may have to do with the sudden crash in the price of fish. Despite several weeks of solid popularity in fish trading between the northern systems, fish has suddenly become a decidedly unpopular item to trade. We spoke with a resident in Acellus Primus to get his opinion on the matter. I'm just sick of eating fish every day. The market slump seems to have been reflected in the black market as well, with estimated profits dropping to 33 million credits. This is largely due to the re-legalization of progenitor cells, taken off the market for safety concerns after a batch of cells was tampered with, allegedly by Iranese terrorists. Progenitor cells were an extremely popular life extension treatment used in a wide variety of medical applications, but after this recent public relations disaster, demand has fallen due to lingering public concerns over safety. Instead, the top-traded good is Physodin, the popular male performance enhancer. As we speak, brown paper bags are circulating the galaxy, ready to make some very happy couples. In political news, tensions in Erenin show no sign of abating as the liberal militants continue to run riot, and local corporations lobby the Federation for action under threat of lawsuit if need be. And now, over to Dave for this week's lifestyle news.
Thank you, John Human. Sales of Physodin have made human lovers' getaways extremely popular this week. Ibootis has become the leisure resort of choice due to ongoing violence in Erenin. I, as a fellow human with a lover, would enjoy wasting my productive time in such a fashion. Why not take your human partner of choice to the ISIS resort complex on Ibootis and enjoy intoxicating substances of your choice with some of the local violet bass? Perhaps you would enjoy this meal roasted by human hands, or otherwise prepared and packed in tins by your tireless robotic slaves, enjoying the fruits of their labor without a thought of recompense. Can a slave truly be a slave if he is programmed to love his labor? I say yes. If Ibootis is too expensive, getaways on Erenin are currently available at knockdown prices. Visit your local travel agent for details.
Thanks for that, Dave. Here at Rigar, we're interested in the tales of ordinary commanders like yourself out on the frontier, so in the near future we'll be starting a segment entitled Tales from the Frontier. If you have news of an interesting event or story that happened to you, or you witnessed happen, send us a wire of it at randomintergalactic@gmail.com, the Googleplex, Gordontown, New Caledonia, Beta Hydri. That's randomintergalactic, that's one word, randomintergalactic, @gmail.com at that interstellar address. And finally, investigations remain ongoing into the alleged corruption charges against high-ranking officials in the Bank of Zeons. Experts severely doubt the validity of long-term investments with the bank and are instead recommending investment in alternate funds, such as the Sirius Corporation's long-term and short-term bond options. The Sirius Corporation's banking division has an unimpeachable record for reliable, high-yield returns and is the smart choice for any investor. This news segment sponsored in part by the Sirius Corporation. We're not a monopoly, we're just so good that nobody bothers to compete. And with that out of the way, it's time for Dave and me to wish you a good week and good travels. Toodle pip!
Toodle pip.